You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, I've got your early weekly spoilers for August 19th through the 23rd. We're going to see Abigail reunited with her mom, Jennifer, and Xander devastated by what has happened to Sarah. We are going to dig into all this, and as we always do on early edition day, we start with what's happening the rest of this week, just to give you some context for the spoilers for next week. It's me, Belinda from Soap Dirt, and let's dive into the action starting on Wednesday, August 14th. So Fiona is going to drag Brady away from the scene of a crime. You know, they're out, they're boozing, they're driving, and Sarah is waiting there while Xander is off buying tickets to get on the ferry to Smith Island for a short honeymoon. Of course, now Tate and his girlfriend are out there, and Holly is trying to tempt him to hop in bed with her, and they would be busted if Sarah and Xander make it there, but of course they won't, because Fiona runs over Sarah. Brady is too drunk to even know what is going on. Looks like he's passed out in the car, and Fiona panics and just drives away as fast as she can and leaves her daughter-in-law bleeding. Looks like she almost runs up onto the sidewalk. We'll see. Mystery woman Marin, aka maybe Abby, has a DNA test to see if she is Chad's wife or not, and we are going to get the results very rapidly, and they are going to be semi-surprising. Leo is off his rocker, still mistaking Hattie for Marlena, and he starts to think maybe his shrink has some psychological issues of her own. Meanwhile, Xander looks everywhere for Sarah, and he finally finds her bleeding and broken, and he is frantic. Thursday, August 15th, Brady is completely hazy on what happened on his night out with Fiona. He is going to wake up in his car. Looks like it's badly parked outside of Marlena and John's place. And the last thing he remembered was having drinks with Fiona. And then he wakes up there, and this is going to get bad. Jada talks to Mayor Paulina about a new investigation. She has opened a case to look into who ran over Sarah and drove away. Fiona panics, and she is trying to erase any evidence of her crime. So she's got Brady where she's putting him in place, and then she's going to head over to the hospital because Xander has forgiven her, and he, wants his mom there, and she has to be sympathetic about Sarah and sympathetic to Maggie and Xander while just being sick with guilt, knowing this is all her fault. Kristen brings Rachel Black over to see Grandma Marlena, and I just wonder if Brady is going to be sobered up or gone again by the time his daughter gets there. He keeps missing things with his kids because he has fallen totally off the wagon. Brady needs help. Friday, August 16th, Jennifer Horton is back to Salem. She wants to know more about this woman. She is wondering, could it be that Abigail is back? They are going to get the DNA test results back, and they do come back saying that she is Abigail Deveraux. But do we really believe this? Is this another Clyde game? Because he set this all up, surely Clyde could have prepaid somebody to rig a DNA test. We'll see how it goes. Melinda talks to Ava about Connie and her fraudulent behavior, her sketchy and suspicious antics. And once Connie finds out that Melinda's trashing her, things are going to get even more volatile. Gabi pushes on Kristen. She knows that they cheated on her. Maybe she wants her to fire Ava, but I don't think Kristen is going to be pushed around. And of course, Kristen has known for quite a while that they cheated on Gabi. And Chad talks to Stefan, trying to clear things up. That takes us to the action next week. On Monday, August 19th, Jennifer Horton is with Jack, and she is anxious to see her daughter Abigail, who's back from the dead. However, she doesn't look like she used to. She had some kind of accident and she had all this facial surgery, but none of that really aligns with the known history of what happened to Abby. So there are so many questions and not very many answers. And by the way, it is Cady McClain this time, not Melissa Reeves, but we are going to have Jennifer back in a few months. And that time it will be Melissa Reeves. So they are playing musical chairs with the two actresses that played Jen. Gabi Hernandez lays into Stefan and Ava. She knows what they did. She is disgusted by them. She is going to let them have it. Revenge is coming. That should be a lot of fun. I like when Gabi is angry. Tuesday, August 20th. Leo and Hattie keep on with this back and forth as miscommunications persist. How does he not know that that is not Marlena? And why isn't Hattie clearing things up? Maybe she's just practicing her acting skills. I don't even know. I don't even want to mention the reason she's working on her acting skills. I know most of you guys hate the body and soul stuff. I don't even know what Days is thinking, but the reality is we're going to be looking at it, and I'm very worried about them losing some of the fan base that already trickled down when they went from NBC over to Peacock, and now this body and soul thing, I don't even know. All right, let's not talk about it anymore, right? Let's agree on that. Alex Kiriakis gets his annulment papers. That's going to be very bittersweet because it's a reminder that he fell for her con and that he finally got married, gave his heart to somebody, and then it got stomped on. And at least he is legally free of any marital ties to Teresa Donovan. Wednesday, August 21st, we have Brady Black very concerned that he was the one to run over Sarah Horton. I'm sure word is going to reach everybody that Sarah was run over by somebody. And I wonder if there's any damage to the car, that kind of thing, or if Fiona hosed it off. And I definitely feel like Fiona may let Brady think that he did, because if he knows that she did it, he might turn her in. Because he has a lot more loyalty to Sarah than he would to Fiona, who's basically a stranger that he's getting drunk and sleeping with. So messy, messy stuff. Meanwhile, Sarah struggles to remain optimistic, and Xander and Maggie are there supporting her. I have heard, unconfirmed, so I'll call this a leak, but what I have heard is that Sarah may in fact be paralyzed. Here's a little bit of soap trivia for you guys. Linsey Godfrey herself was hit by a car and it broke her leg when she was working on Bold and the Beautiful, and she was in a cast and they had to kind of work it into the storyline. And if I remember correctly, this has been years ago because her character on there has been killed off now. They had her, hobbling around, a lot of scenes just sitting down to have that leg off. I can't remember if it was her leg or hip, but it was a pretty catastrophic accident. So it's almost like when Ron Carlivati wrote this, he was drawing on, the actress's kind of real life past history with a similar accident. Thursday, August 22nd, Connie Viniski is ready to kill Melinda Trask for trash talking her. She just wants it over with. And she also is angry because she feels like Melinda did Lee Shin dirty and she doesn't like it. EJ DiMera gets to meet the new Abigail with a new face. But the question is Abby even going to know who EJ is? And will she remember that moment of intimacy they shared in the past? Since her memories are not intact, it looks like they're almost non-existent. That seems unlikely, but I am interested to see the dynamic between the two of them. Friday, August 23rd, we're going to wrap up next week with Xander confronting Jada and demanding progress in finding the perpetrator in Sarah's hit and run crime. And Tate Black is completely shocked when Sophia Choi tries to hook up with him. #awkward. Am I right? Those are all of our early edition spoilers. Please drop your comments on what you are excited to see. Click that subscribe button if you haven't. Come back soon. We are here talking Days of Our Lives 7 days a week with me, Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast. because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.